Do you want to increase your FPS and decrease your latency in any game for free? This is the EXM Free Tweaking Utility, a simple tool which can optimize your PC in just a few minutes. And today I'm going to be showing you how to download it and properly use it. But before we get into the video, I want to tell you guys about an even better optimization tool, the EXM Premium Tweaking Utility. It has about 10 times as many optimizations, and it overall goes much more in depth than the free utility. So if the free utility helps you and you want to completely optimize your PC, make sure to check out exmtweaks.com and unlock your full potential. So the first thing you need to do is open your browser and go to our website, which is exmtweaks.com, and then head over to the free download page where you'll be able to find the free utility. And here, just press download for Windows. And if you want to continue with email, feel free to do that, but I'll personally be continuing with Google. So just select any account which you want to use. All it requires is an email address. And now I'll just press download to start. It will take you to a Google Drive where all you need to do is just press this little button and the utility will start downloading. And while it's downloading, I want to tell you guys something. Please get this video to 1500 likes and get us to 36k subs, and I'll drop a new version of the free utility with a bunch of new tweaks. Anyways, the download should show up in the top right corner right here. Press on it and then just extract it, and afterwards it will be in a folder where you can just right click on it and run it as admin, and afterwards you're all good to go. So the way you properly open it is by right clicking on it and running it as admin, and it will open now. And on the welcome screen, just press any key to continue. So afterwards we're going to be making a restore point, but the restore point will basically allow you to revert back to the same settings as you had before using the utility. So if you don't like the effects of the utility or you just want to go back, then you will be able to do that. So just press 1 followed by enter and it will create a restore point for you. Afterwards, just press OK on the pop-up or enter. And now it will scan for resources. And basically for anyone using this version for the first time, we will get this pop-up and it will just download the resources onto your PC. You'll be able to find them in the EXM folder in your C drive. But yeah, the resources just finished. So just press OK and boom, we're in the menu finally. Alright, so we're in the menu and I'll walk you through how to apply all of the optimizations. So first of all, we're going to be doing the general system optimizations. So just press 1 followed by enter. And this is a really simple one. You just need to press 1 and enter again and it will do most of the tweaks for you. Then afterwards, it will open this little menu where you can toggle between different animations. And these are my settings for it, so just copy them and then press apply and OK. Afterwards, we have setting FSC. And all you have to do here is just select 1 or 2 depending on if you're on Windows 11 or Windows 10. I'm personally on Windows 11, so I'm going to be using that. Afterwards, we have enable or disable game mode, and I'm on Windows 11, so I'm going to be pressing 1 again. So that's all for the first category. Afterwards, we have power optimizations, and a little warning, do not do this if your PC has any overheating issues or you're on a really low-end laptop, because that could actually make your performance worse. But if your PC has fine temperatures, then just press 2. And in here, I'm just going to be using the apply all button. And first, it will import the EXM free power plan. So I would highly recommend selecting that. It's one of the best free power plans out there, but I'm still going to stick to using my premium power plan since it's slightly better. And if you have any unnecessary power plans which you don't use, just feel free to delete them. And yeah, afterwards you can just exit. Then it will disable some power saving features. And lastly, you have the option to delete default power plans. Afterwards, we have disabling GPU power saving features. So here I would just select whichever type of GPU you have. I personally have an NVIDIA GPU, so I'm going to be using number 1. So afterwards, we have mouse and keyboard optimizations, and just press 3. So first we have some general registry optimizations, and the next step is setting your keyboard and mouse data queue size. And here we have 3 different options, which is high, mid, and low. And the way you find out whichever one of these you should use is press T to open Task Manager, go into Performance, and find your CPU. So all I have to do is just comment your CPU right here down below, and I'll tell you whichever one of these options you should use. It may take a while for me to reply to your comments, so for now you can just skip this tweak and come back to it when I reply. And lastly, we have USB optimizations, so just press 3 to apply them. So after that, we have GPU optimizations, and this is a pretty simple one. Here you just select whichever type of GPU you have. I have an NVIDIA GPU, so I'm going to be pressing 1. And first it will apply the NVIDIA Profile Inspector profile, which I've updated in this version, by the way. and after it will just do some general tweaks, and then it will show up GPU hardware acceleration, and in here you have the option to either disable or enable hardware acceleration. For about 90% of PCs, it's better to disable it, as they will generally perform better, but in some specific cases having it on is better. The best thing you can do is just test it out by playing with it disabled for 10 minutes, then enable it for 10 minutes. Also keep in mind you have to restart your PC for it to apply. But if you don't want to do that, just comment your GPU and CPU below and I'll tell you whichever one you should use. But I'm gonna disable it because that works best for me. Afterwards, we have CPU optimizations, and same as with power tweaks, it may increase your temperatures on your CPU. If you have overheating issues, it's not a good thing, but if you don't have overheating issues, then continue on. And here it's really similar. You just select whichever type of CPU you have. I personally have an Intel CPU, so I'm gonna press 2, and yeah, boom. So afterwards we have PC clean, and here we can delete some temporary files. So first, some temporary device data, which as you can see I have quite a lot of. And afterwards, open Windows Clean Manager. Here make sure to press OK, and here select everything except DirectX shader cache, and yeah, just run it. As you can see, I have 47 gigabytes of temporary data, which, damn. Alright, so I just finished. No diddy. But afterwards we have system debloat, and in here we have 12 different options, and I would highly recommend going through these one by one. And if you want to keep something from functioning, then just skip it over. So if you use, I don't know, Game Bar or Xbox, then don't press 1 obviously. But in case you ever need it, you can go back to fixes and reverts. You can go to fixes and reverts and either go to quick fixes, go into revert category, and here you have the option to fix certain things. But yeah, so I'm gonna do all of these since I don't use anything here. So first, disable Xbox and game DVR, disable telemetry, and disable Bluetooth, toggle mitigations, which these are just some security features which take up a decent amount of performance, so I would recommend disabling them. Then some diagnostics and error reporting, hyper virtualization, which if you use virtual desktops on your PC, don't disable this one. Toggle startup apps, which will actually open the autoruns application, where in here just go to logon and uncheck everything basically except things which you want automatically starting up when you turn on your PC, so I'm keeping my antivirus on. So then we have disable startup apps, which this will just open the autoruns application. In here, make sure to go to the logon category, and there just uncheck everything except if you want something automatically turning on like ESET, which is my antivirus. But yeah, afterwards we have Windows Update Blocker, which will just allow you to temporarily disable Windows updates, and if you ever want to install them, then you can enable it. Since Windows updates can just randomly start up in the background and absolutely cook your performance, then it's good to have them disabled. And in case you want to install it, then go ahead and open the app again. Then we have Smart Screen, which is another security feature which can be really annoying sometimes because it false detects almost everything. Lastly, we have uninstalling useless apps, which is a whole separate category basically. First, we have just uninstalling some Windows pre-installed apps. Afterwards, you can go into settings and uninstall some more apps if you want to do it. I've done this a little while ago, so I don't have many things here to uninstall, but I'm gonna uninstall Paint because I don't use it. But yeah, afterwards we have uninstall Edge, so if you don't Edge, then you know it's a no-brainer to uninstall it. And lastly, Cortana / Copilot, more useless Windows features. That's everything for debloat. The 8th category is going to be storage optimizations. So in here we have 5 different tweaks. These 2 are only for SSDs, so if your boot drive is a hard drive, don't use these. But first we have trimming and defragmenting drives, which will just automatically trim your SSDs and defragment your hard drives. Afterwards, we have enabled user write cache, which will just optimize the new file technology system. And the last 2 options are just power saving features and optimizing FSUDO settings for SSDs. And boom. So afterwards, we have memory optimizations, which in here, it's really simple. You just select how much RAM you have. I personally have 32 gigs of RAM, so I'm going to be pressing 6. And if your RAM for some reason is not here, then just pick the next closest thing. It doesn't matter if it's up or below. Then we have the additional and quality of life category, and in here you can set the EXM wallpaper, which is the wallpaper I use in all my videos. Then you can set full wallpaper quality, because by default it's set to like 90%. Then you can disable UAC, which will make all files run as administrator. And don't worry, this is not really a security risk because any modern virus can bypass UAC anyways, so that's why I'm adding it here. Popping up. Then you can enable show file extensions, and enable dark mode. The last thing that we have is the EXM network utility, which I have a separate tutorial for, but I've changed a few things in it in this update, which is setting a QoS policy. It will allow you to prioritize the network packets of a specific application over almost all network packets coming from a router, which basically just means that, let's just say you set it to Fortnite. Fortnite will have higher network priority. Those 40 will have more stable and better ping in some cases. And I've updated how it applies, because before it required GP edit and now it doesn't. So just press 13, and in here the policy name, it doesn't really matter, just set it to, like, just name it the game you want to name it. It's just for organization's sake. So for the exe name, just launch the game which you want to set it to. In this case, I'm gonna launch Fortnite. Alright, so I just launched Fortnite, and all you have to do is just go into Task Manager and press on the app you want to set it to, open details, then open file location, and then rename this and copy the whole thing. So just press Ctrl A, make sure that the exe port is included, and yeah, this is how it should look, and just paste it in exactly like this. And then the network packets of Fortnite will be prioritized, and then here just press create the QoS priority. And yeah, almost everything else is the same, so you can just press T to open the tutorial.
Do you want to
and it will open this video, and just follow all the steps in this tutorial, and it will show you how to do everything in this network utility. And afterwards, just restart your PC and all of the optimizations will apply. Thanks for watching. That's everything you need to know on how to run this tool. Thank you guys for all the support, and yeah, make sure to check out exmtweaks.com to completely optimize your PC.